Death is inevitable, but preventable death is really devastating.
How do we get them to be reintegrated into the system? Back again, those who quit schools? How do we get them really?
This development we are doing is okay with them or they will know. One of the things is we have to look at community dialogue. We have to talk to the community, tell them that this is very important. If you make use of it, it's ours, it's yours.
Currently, Kora is faced with challenges such as sanitation and malnutrition. Sanitation in the sense that there are a lot of glitterings and animal dump lying around in their villages.
Some of our solutions what we need to start with is awareness creation, that is infant and child feeding practice that we are going to sensitize the community on, easy detection of malnutrition.
This is the smiling coast of Africa, and of course it is where the Voice of the Youth takes place. This is season 3 and we're super excited to bring you another exciting edition of this very breathtaking experience.
Well, hello Muloshi. Guess where I am? It's fun out here. And we wish you were here.
I am the youth man, the one and only youth man who is over 65.
I am 100% sure that, inshallah, we will make this and we will be victorious.
Welcome to the Gambia, the smallest country in mainland Africa, with a fusion of beautiful culture and friendly people. This is a place we call home.
Hello there, welcome to the Gambia. This is the smiling coast of Africa, and of course it is where the Voice of the Youth takes place. This is season 3 and we're super excited to bring you another exciting edition of this very breathtaking experience where we look at tertiary institutions, pick very smart young people out of these 5 institutions and of course give them problems, give them the opportunity to come up with solutions with meager resources to the very problems facing our communities. Now if you've been following the Voice of the Youth, you realize that over the years we've been having different schools, of course, propose different solutions to different problems communities face. This time around, we have a lot of solutions already in place. We're giving these schools another opportunity once again to come up with innovative ways to sustain these very solutions that have already been in existence. And for that reason, this is what is going to be different in this year's season. I am super excited for it and I'm sure you are as well. My name is Fati Elika Moloshi, your usual presenter for Voice of the Youth. And of course, we're looking at UTG, that's the University of the Gambia. MDI, we're looking at Gambia College. We're looking at the IOU as well as GTTI, the usual 5 as always. Let's take a look at the Social Change Factory and what we do here and be right back.
The story of the little hummingbird. Let me tell you the story of the little hummingbird. There was once a huge forest fire, and all the animals, terrified, ran away to seek shelter from the flames. Only the little hummingbird stayed behind, valiantly collecting small droplets of water from a pond to try and extinguish the fire. After a while, the armadillo, annoyed by the incessant comings and goings of the hummingbird and by his seemingly futile efforts, said, "Little hummingbird, are you aware that those little droplets of water will not put out the flames?" To which the hummingbird replied, "I know, but I am doing my part." The other animals, moved by the little hummingbird's determination, came back, each one of them doing its part, and together they eventually stopped the fire from spreading further. Social Change Factory's mission is to transform every youth into a little hummingbird by nurturing their sense of civic responsibility and by inspiring them to do their part.
It is a factory of social transformation based on the conviction that the future of our societies rests on the commitment of each individual to do his or her part, and a typical factory with a vision to positively transform our society by transforming its citizens. Aware that underdevelopment is first and foremost a state of mind, Social Change Factory is investing in education in order to train young hummingbirds capable of extinguishing the flames of underdevelopment.
In keeping with the logic of creating a generation of little hummingbirds that will transform our systems and societies, Social Change Factory has set itself the mission of providing solutions to 6 challenges through its programs and activities. The first challenge is to enrich the cultural, health, and citizenship knowledge and skills of children and adolescents and to raise their awareness about their rights. In response to this, SCF in 2018 designed an educational quiz game, Yamaganaham, a local board game that also exists as a mobile app. Its content is mainly oriented on the context of Senegal and that of Africa. It aims to build young citizens who are cultured, responsible, committed, and proud of their identities from an early age. The second challenge is to promote excellence, provide academic support to the most vulnerable learners, and foster the principles of solidarity and cooperation among youth. To achieve this, Social Change Factory has launched the U Exchange and Objective Back Solidarity programs. The alarming failure rate in the baccalaureate and its serious consequences on thousands of young people are the main reason for the creation of these programs, which have mobilized and deployed hundreds of students and pupils each year who have provided valuable moral and academic support to thousands of baccalaureate candidates and pupils in high schools with difficulty in a dozen of regions in Senegal. In partnership with the website Senebac.com, Social Change Factory has produced and distributed more than 20 free tutorial videos that have attracted nearly 700,000 students. The association Action Jeune, founded by an alumnus of SES programs, has twice produced Objective Bac in Mali. The baccalaureate system in Senegal and Mali may not change, but Social Change Factory and its hummingbirds are doing their part. Strengthening the entrepreneurial, civic, and cultural knowledge and skills of adolescents and young learners in order to promote their social and professional integration is the third challenge that SCF wishes to address. To this end, the Junior Social Change Factory and U Club programs have been created in Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire. These are learning spaces for creation and experiences in which practical, entrepreneurial, and professional skills required by the labor market are transmitted, and to inculcate fundamental civic and cultural principles to adolescents and young members of the clubs and the GSCF volunteer community. They facilitate and implement our programs in the various communities in which SCF operates. It is to address the fourth challenge of training adolescents and youth to research, design, test, and develop local and replicable solutions to social challenges in their communities that in 2015, Social Change Factory launched its first program, the Voice of the Youth competition, a television program that first showcased and highlighted hundreds of successful solutions to key socio-economic issues in third-party communities. Over the years, SCF has recruited and accompanied participants in solving socio-economic problems that affect their communities and influencing mindsets. Now, the contest also exists in high schools and colleges. More than a contest, Youth Voices is about all the transformative human adventure. Through training, travel, research, immersion, and community service, participants in this program emerge transformed and empowered to become more actively engaged in their communities. With the support of partners, Voices of Youth has been successfully organized in 6 countries in West and Central Africa and also in France with the diaspora version. More than 150 institutions of higher and secondary education with 3,500 participants took part. Voices of Youth aims to continue its expansion and become the first media program for the promotion of youth and its commitment to our societies. Through this program, Social Change Factory is one of the few organizations to have organized a major event at the headquarters of the African Development Bank with the regional finals of the TV Solutions competition around the theme of statelessness and agriculture. The event gathered more than 500 guests and decision makers. It was broadcast by 3 television stations in 3 countries, Côte d'Ivoire and Guinea, and relayed by various media, including RFI. The fifth challenge is to enable young people to access reliable and useful information, to express themselves on important topics, and to be heard and to benefit from advice. Since 2016, we have been working with UNICEF offices on their You Report mobile technology that allows young people to speak out for free on issues of public concern that are automatically escalated to states, the United Nations, and the general public. They also receive advice and opportunities. Through mobilization and animation campaigns that SCF has conducted in Senegal, Chad, Côte d'Ivoire, nearly 200,000 young people have been registered on the platform. And finally, the last challenge is the reinforcement of employability and financial autonomy of young graduates and the solidification of the survival potential of startups and youth SMEs. A first response is the project to develop a technological platform for learning and professional insertion, a gateway that connects young graduates with little experience and small companies with high potential but low financial resources. It offers graduates a first qualifying professional experience and allows small businesses to become more competitive. UNICEF Senegal has entrusted the launch of the You Report platform to SCF. For a better implementation of this program in Senegal, SCF organized a 3-day bootcamp with 75 young ambassadors from 14 regions of Senegal. Other UNICEF Senegal events were entrusted to SCF, such as the organization of the closing ceremony of the World Children's Day, held at the Monument of African Renaissance in 2017, around the theme Children Settle in the Medium. All day long, they have taken control of the televisions and radios. They talked about their rights, their challenges, and solidarity among children. As part of its partnership with Plan International, SCF organized a regional forum with representatives of child and youth advisory councils and regional youth organizations in the region. This meeting was part of the implementation of the new global strategy that promotes stronger engagement with youth so that they are at the heart of the movement to ensure that 100 million girls can study, lead, decide, and grow. During the COVID-19 pandemic, SCF also carried out a series of advocacy efforts for the protection of children's rights in Africa through a video contest open to young people under the age of 30. The British Council's Great Entrepreneur TV program, which aims to collaborate and support young people to acquire the skills and tools to become successful entrepreneurs, approached Social Change Factory to organize a bootcamp for selected young entrepreneurs. Social Change Factory also wants to reinvigorate intergenerational dialogues on human rights and gender equality issues by framing themes in a way that is always attractive and provocative to youth. Together with UNDC and UN Women, SCF has produced a program on the role of women in the fight for the removal and care of street children, or a dialogue of female entrepreneurship and professional and personal women-men duos. The main objective of these dialogues was to promote equality between men and women through an open and free discussion. There was a great participation and awareness among the youth. In partnership with UNHCR, SCF organized an inter-university mock trial competition on statelessness to raise awareness about this little-known or almost unknown issue. In collaboration with the French Embassy in Senegal, the advocacy video contents to promote women's rights and the fight against discrimination and violence against women, Voix des Jeunes Gender, Je porte ma voix, was launched in 2020. Thanks to its multidisciplinary team, Social Change Factory has conducted studies and field surveys throughout Senegal for various partners like the MasterCard Foundation and the NGO Speak Up Africa. These studies focus on youth employability, sanitation issues, particularly the management of sewage, sludge, and menstruation. In partnership with other organizations, a mapping of youth movements in Africa was conducted for the Open Society Foundation. During its field missions, SCF gives youth a voice through the SCF Show. Social Change Factory, through its various programs and activities designed with and for youth, listen, educate, inspire, and invite youth to join the Little Hummingbird movement.
Hello everyone! Are you as excited as I am? By the way, let's find out why I am excited. I am Sona Dabo, the project manager for Voice of the Youth Competition Edition 3 in the Gambia. The Voice of the Youth is an initiative that exposes young people to solving pertinent societal challenges, Thus, it has become a household name in the Gambia due to solution-oriented projects implemented in various communities across the country. Therefore, the third edition of the Voice of the Youth initiative in the Gambia stems from the successful experience gained from the previous editions since 2018. But hey, we know that the project involves key steps. First, you have to identify a pertinent societal issue. And the second issue that you've identified, the teams they get to prepare their solution to the identified communal issue. At the first stage is where they start implementing their projects. And finally, they provide an allocated timely progress report on the work they are doing and translate it into a reality TV show. However, this season, the Voice of the Youth has taken a slight shift from the traditional launching of new solutions to new problems to be championed by the participants. This year, sustainability is the key to implementation of their projects. In doing so, the participants from respective tertiary institutions will advance on existing projects initiated by their predecessors. This is done in a good faith to ensure continuity and the ushering in of new blood with fresh ideas to execute the project. This is as a result of the interactions we had over the past 6 months to improve the program based on the input of stakeholders, the universities, the funders, and the partners. In order to ensure that projects are developed according to principles important to these stakeholder groups, we adopted a new format.
And now, introducing our 5 teams and their various participants for this season of Voice of the Youth. Team Gambia College is represented by Hawabi Sanyang.
Je m'appelle Hawabi Sanyang, je 19 ans, j'habite à Brikama et je suis étudiant à Gambia College. What I like doing on a daily basis are writing and being socialized. I am friendly and interactive. The reason why I joined the Voice of the Youth is because I have the passion to find for solutions to problems in our societies, because there are many problems in the society. So all we need is to bring in solutions and to work on it. I like a Snapchat.
Lamin Fati.
Binta molonda la masa nesise manyo be kumbola kema beralin. An advanced diploma student at the Gambia College School of Education. What I love doing most, chatting with friends, entertaining them, saying some funny words that will make them laugh, smile at all time. And the other one is I like watching football. I am calm and also a very side type. I was part of the students that represented the Gambia College to go and chair our representatives of the Voice of the Youth second edition at the Sadawda Kairaba Jauros Conference Hall. I watched the videos of the various institutions that took part in the community, in the competition rather. I was well motivated with what they have been doing over the past 2-3 months or so. So I said to myself, if I have the opportunity, I will solely take part, at least to change the lives of the vulnerable people, and as well the women, the children, just to name a few.
Osman Fane.
I like serving people, doing things for people, helping people in all kinds. That's why the first day I came, I was very happy. The day they distribute us into groups, and I was like, this is what I love to do. I love to help people. If I am to describe myself, I am someone who is kind and open to everybody.
Team MDI, Keba Damfa.
A person, I'm a creative, because I'm an art student. I love reading literatures, novels. So I think it fit me to join this Voice of the Youth, to bring impact to the communities and to show the youth that because they say we are the leaders of tomorrow, but we can start leading from today. If you want to change the world, you have to change yourself first. The youth should not lag behind. We should come forward and then bring development to our community. Government cannot do it alone. I learned something from the Voice of the Youth that we are the youth, we are the solution to our communities.
Abubakar Bundu, Mustafa Jaju, who is their coach.
I enjoy playing basketball. Many people think that basketball is only for the tall people, but it's not like that. Since last year, I was following the program on Karambunda project on the student page, where I saw most of their work, what they were doing. They built a community library. I say, wow, as a coach, I'm ready to bring new ideas to monitor the team, to work together as a team, to help one another in improving the project of Karambunda. We're making a lot of plans to make sure we're able to complete our tasks before the final of the competition.
Team IOU, Seydou DM Kamara.
For generations, we have known knowledge is infinite power, yet somehow we never question the keepers of the key, the guardians of information. Unfortunately, I have seen more dividing and conquering in this sort of operation. Heinous miscalculations of reality. The two things that I like doing the most are reading and writing. What motivated me to join the Voice of the Youth? I hail from a society, at a very young age, you are trained to deliver, to give way out to the betterment of society. My long life mission has been always seeking a way out in which I can help others.
Yankuba Sanyang.
You know, when I was young, I used to be very stubborn. One day, I never fight with small boys, fight with elders always. This boy called Jabi, he's short. When this boy don't get anger, he kicked me for the eyes. I don't know where to turn. I swear, boy. So that's a joke. It's not very funny. You know, I like teasing people. I'm fond of that, yeah. I don't have to know you to tease you. I like doing that, and I always like smiling. I have the passion to actually be speaking for people because I believe in one thing, that I am influential. Whenever I speak, I'm heard.
Binta Jete.
Abdulaziz, why are you too short? I like poetry. I like exploring. Yeah. What motivates me to join the Voice of the Youth 2022 is I want to be part of the youth in making changes in the society. I want to be part of the solution to the problems in our society.
Gandoba, who is their coach?
Hobbies surfing the internet, or in other words, browsing the internet, and then making research. I'm not good at giving jokes though. Many things though, but one was to gain exposure in the sense that connecting myself with communities, because it's something that I love doing, and I feel this was a start to get exposed to the society that I would love to work with in the future. And the other thing is to equally network with people that I would be meeting here.
Team UTG, Nyanyinka Manjang, Ajifama Job.
I am a woman in tech and I love coding. So coding is everyday challenge, and I like to challenge myself to do stuff that pushes me to beyond my limits. So I've been watching Voice of the Youth for the past one, and at some point as a tech guy, as a tech lady, I was like, I'm gonna influence technology in our solutions. So that was the main reason why I came in, because technology is moving and these solutions, and we can include technology there, and it's a form of sustainability.
Mahmoud Jallo.
Well, I am a young individual who is very passionate about youth work and volunteerism. I'm involved in youth advocacy, activism, and into student leadership as well. Since my secondary school days, I've been into volunteerism work. So when I heard of this project, I saw that it was an opportunity to continue the voluntary work that I have started since secondary school. And also I'm someone that wants to impact lives of people. So when I learned of what the Voice of the Youth entails, I said, okay, this is an opportunity for me to go back to the communities and then give back the little that I can as a university student. My passion in general, I can say, is I just really love to be helpful to people. Even in leadership positions, that is one thing that I really have passion for. Being in a position that I am able to better the life of an individual or the condition of an individual. Books are my best companies.
Modlamin Jame, who is their coach.
So I feel it's a great opportunity for me and the team I am leading to actually materialize or actualize the skills and potentials that we've acquired from the University of the Gambia, and that will be translated into meaningful developmental projects. Of course, at community level, I've served in different community associations One is the Sukuta Youth Development Committee. I'm currently, of course, working as a public health officer at the Bundum Maternal and Child Health Hospital.
Team USAT, Khadija Tudabo.
Like they are 3 people. One is Bambara, the other one is Nar, and the other one is Wolof. So they were going to compete on like to go in mocks. So the first one was the Nar. When he went there, he started Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The second one was the Wolof. So when he go, he was like Allahu Akbar. So when the Bambara come, he was like Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So one thing I want people to know about me is my kindness, being kind to everybody, like making people around me to feel free. Yes. I am studying technician in construction in my final year. The 2 things that I like doing on a daily basis is dancing and also talking. If I am to describe myself, I would say confident and ambitious. What motivated me to join the Voice of the Youth was the effort of the previous participants, like leaving school, going up to a village, sacrificing your classes. The determination is what motivated me to join the Voice of the Youth.
Cecilia and Jawo.
There comes a time when we hear a siren call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Cecilia means blindness, but Anne means beauty. I like doing creative work because I am very good with my hands. I am a handy person. So, and again, I like reading novels. I am respectful and I am friendly. I am an introvert. I am so comfortable in my comfort zone. I now want to change, and then I am someone that is very ambitious. I like change. So when I heard of the Voice of the Youth, I started contacting the people that has participated in the Voice of the Youth, and then when I had the basis of what it means, then I made up my mind that hence I want to be an influential woman in the future. Then I need to go out to the world, explore, just to market myself out, so I will be the woman I want to be in the future.
Yankuba Jata, Asan Jaju, who is their coach.
Let's take a look at the meet and greet that was held some time ago, of course, where all the schools come together for their first meetup. Let's take a look at that and be right back.
Time for the meet and greet. This activity is the second phase of the competition following the selection of participants. The day-long activity brings together the selected participants from the 5 participating tertiary institutions for the first time to prepare them to work together for a period of 6 months.
When I was going to the meet and greet, what I was expecting, I don't find it there. Okay? I just dressed like a diploma when I was going, having my necktie, my shoe, you know, because the moment I reached the place, I found Abdul Aziz, Mohammed, they were asking me, oh boy, hope you are not having something very heavy in your bag. I was wondering why are they asking me this question, you know, because Hussein also came and told me, boy, are you going to meet Adam Barrow? So you see, so what I was expecting was like going to the hall, sit down, share ideas about the Voice of the Youth, that's all.
I was expecting to meet new people and also to be told what the Voice of the Youth is all about and what we will be doing, what exactly is the competition is about.
I am that carefree type. I wear what I think suits me, not considering what people might think or say about it. As far as I am okay with it, I wear it. So my expectations about the meet and greet went well, because what I was expecting was to have that interaction, that unity between us, and that really happens.
much happens here. From presentations, games, and most interestingly, the treasure hunt, which is kind of a riddle session, is a formalized guessing game or contest of wit and skill in which participants circumnavigate the Gambia to unlock the riddles.
For me, the meet and greet, the most interesting part for me was the treasure hunt. The treasure hunt activity was really a fascinating event because we learned so many lessons during the treasure hunt.
Meet and greet is usually an interesting part of the competition, which begins with a networking session. This is more of an icebreaker for the participants to interact formally and get to know one another.
We have treasure hunt, which I never think of before. I used to have treasure hunt, but that day, oh my God, even my side was heavy. Because we have to walk from Senegambia to turntable, you know, it was crazy, you know. Rain was coming, so you have to struggle, go to Banjul, from Banjul. You have to roam all the greater Banjul areas.
It was just crazy, somehow crazy, because we went through a lot, and the thing is, I did not walk. I worked with some people whom I have never met, people from different institutions. If it was, if they were from my institution, like I thought I wouldn't have learned something new or better than what I learned on that day.
My best moment during the meet and greet was like the puzzle parts, like knowing that most of us know the environment we are going and everybody wants to lead. So we see others lead it. We have to take the back way, run and reach before them so that we can be first.
We were surprised, especially when we have been asked to go and find some missing items or slicey items whatsoever. I went to certain places that I have never been to, so it's like it was a surprise to us, and also we learned something about it.
Even though it is a competition, building your network is crucial for any growth. Besides, they all come from diverse fields, so this is the beginning of great partnership for the future.
We learned some valuable lessons, and then some of us got connected from that spot, and we were given an insight of what the Voice of the Youth entails at a broader perspective from the meet and greet session.
The places that we went to for the riddle were first in Banjul, that's the Arch, and the second one was at Makati Square, the one in Banjul, and the third one was at the grave in Bakau, and then the fourth one we missed it. We went to Sanimentere instead of Kachikele, and then from there the fifth one we went to Tropic.
Remember the treasure hunt? It is a crucial part of the meet and greet. Finding the treasure has a unique way of unraveling the mystery behind teamwork, critical thinking, collaboration, and effective and timely communication.
The term meet and greet solely reflects on it, because the very first time that we met at the beachside, Coco Loco, we greeted one another, we have been introduced. From there, the interaction begins. So distributions were made in the various groups for the activities to begin.
It's been a long day, but I am sure it was worth it.
With no second doubt, I would recommend the meet and greet session to any individual, because during this session, you get to unlock some of the hidden potentials within you that you've never discovered before through this event. So I wouldn't have a second thought in recommending it to someone.
Welcome back from the meet and greet. Of course, now you know the different schools, and you also have an idea of who the participants for this season are going to be. Now, let's get into business, because we are about to discover who our ambassador is this year, Voice of the Youth. It is the first time we're doing this, and we have a purpose, right? This person is so particular about young people, youth development, building their skills, and for that reason, we're also super excited to be associated with him. But of course, I will not tell you who this person is. You're going to discover that by yourself. Let's get it. I'm super excited. We're right here at the beach because we've been told this is where this person is usually early in the mornings, of course, doing his routine exercise. Exercise is good, especially when you're becoming of age. For someone who's lived for so long, has done so many things, it's only important that he keeps his balance. And of course, I am in this because we're going to go for some run, and I can already spot him somewhere around there. Let's go and check him out. I am super excited for this one, right? Woo! How many people can do this at this age? How many? I hope I can able to match this person's energy level, because he's right here.
Malusi, how you doing,
What
man?
are you doing? Lunges?
Yeah, you have to stretch out, man.
Yeah, it's like the lunges.
Stretch,
Yeah, we go.
Yeah, you stretch,
so this one is like, okay,
Yeah.
as the stretch.
Yeah.
When I'm done with my exercises at gym, this is one of the stretches we
That's
do.
right, yeah, you stretch,
just
yeah.
to keep that
Yeah.
muscle intact.
That's
But yeah, tell me, how are you able to do it every morning down here?
Well, you have to. You know, there's a saying that says, health is wealth.
Yes.
So you think that wealth is about making money?
Money, oh?
Number one is your health.
Okay.
So every morning I start here, you know, after my Fajr prayers, I start on the beach.
Yes.
You know, do my stretches, and then I run, I jog a bit, and I walk.
Yes.
For about an hour and a half.
Look at that. Now, I'm just wondering how many young people, at my age, in fact, I feel super lazy to just go on a morning run. And you are here. I was just telling them that this is someone who's lived for so long and he's doing so many things, but at the same time, he's able to do this. But we're so happy to have you on board this time around and for being our ambassador for this season.
Oh, thank you very much. It's my pleasure. And
How do you
honor.
feel about that?
I feel good about it because, you know, we are all the same age at heart.
Yes, that's what I say. He's a youth man, by the way.
At heart, we are the same age, or even I'm probably younger.
Yes.
That's why I'm trying to keep up with you.
Yeah.
You guys, if you want, you can stop not exercising, huh?
Yeah.
Because you don't have the issue, but now at our age,
You have to.
You have to keep fit. Then I can keep up with you guys.
It's a necessity.
Yes.
But of course, you're someone who is so passionate about young people. You call yourself the youth man. This program is Voice of the Youth. It's for young people.
Yeah.
Why do you have just so much energy that you invest in youth participation, in youth skills building? Why is it so important for you to take this up
But
for
it's
yourself?
my trajectory. I've gone through whatever you guys are going through.
Yeah.
And I always say that I am a made in the Gambia product. You know, quite a number of successful people in the Gambia today, one time or the other, they've lived abroad. They've traveled out of this country, you know, privileged one way or the other to live abroad. But for me, everything that I've done in my life is in the Gambia. So whatever the Gambian youth are going through, I have lived it.
Yeah.
You know, I have lived where you get up in the house and there's nothing to eat. You know, I have lived where you have to walk the street to go to school. I have lived where, you know, you're studying under a candle.
Yes.
You know, so I've really, whatever you guys think you're going through,
Yes.
we've gone through worse than
And
it.
that's what the average Gambian goes through every single
So
time.
I thought, look, if I am seen to be successful, you know, I need to give back. And one of the ways of giving back is through advocacy. And advocacy not only with those who are in power and policies that they put in place, but also engaging those who are at your age, the youth, you know, engaging them and telling them that, look, it's not as difficult as you think. We went through worse than what you're going through. So please, 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 the word is that, you know, be there and try to solve your problem.
Yes. And how are you engaging young people? Of course, you are a billionaire, in that, if you can say that, and you are here working with diverse groups of people. Tell me, in what ways are you working with young people? We know you are doing this.
Yeah, okay, first, you know, when I reached the age of 60, I decided to set up my foundation. So I have a foundation. And the foundation is structured. And the foundation addresses youth issues.
Right.
So whatever we're doing, we've got about 7 different initiatives. And in every initiative is about uplifting the youth. So it is structured. So we're not dealing at an individual level. We don't want to try and solve an individual level, but we want to do it, you know, in clusters. So that's the way, in general, how we do it. And also, I expose myself.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm there. I engage them, so that they know, look, okay, he's one of us. Yeah.
So tell me, I mean, how do you see Voice of the Youth in general? Of course, we've been involved with you in the past as well. You've, in fact, taken some of the participants as interns at Tough Africa. How do you see the entire episode?
Well, I think youth initiatives are good. I mean, I was telling your team that at the age of about, I think for us it was about 30,
yes,
I was the founder, one of the founders of what we used to call the West African Enterprise Network.
Okay.
And basically it was youth advocacy. And that's what took me to 36 African countries. I was in the executive.
Nice.
And this was in 1990.
That was like a long time ago.
You know, that's how many years? That's
about
like
30, 1990?
Yeah.
32 years.
32 years ago. So what I see about Voice of the Youth, yes, the youth need the voice. They need to be heard. So again, through dialogue, through advocacy, you know, through frank discussions, you know, we'll just uplift the youth. They can uplift us. The youth.
Let's take a walk to that so that the energy will not die out, as this is something that you do this time.
Yes, yes.
But tell me, I mean, what are your plans going for the future? And how do you just see the situation of Gambian youth in general? I know that all the time you say, Gambia dina dem diakuya, we can be able to do it. But how?
No, dafa dem. It's a mindset.
Yes.
It's a mindset. If you get up in the morning and you just moan and complain, you're not them.
That's right.
Yeah. There must be efforts. And look, it's not only about Gambian youth. You need efforts, you need energy. You know, even in the most terrible and, you know, war-struck countries, people make efforts.
They make an effort.
You have to make an effort. Without an effort, no matter the amount of luck that you have, you will not succeed.
It will not happen.
You know, my philosophy about life, you know, there's luck in life.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be seen as probably the most successful.
Do you see yourself as a successful man?
No, I'm a happy man. You know, may I see myself, if you call success, if we want to probably analyze what success is.
Yes.
What I analyze as success is to get up in the morning.
Yes.
I take every day my mono and my soul.
Mono, very light and good in the morning, yes.
And everybody can afford it.
Yes.
I am a happy person in my inner self. I am very contented. I am very passionate with what I do. And that's what I want the youth to look up to. We want them to create the environment where the basic things that we need in our lives, we get it.
We get it. I mean, we hope that we can also get to that point.
Yeah.
But you know, this season, and we're super happy having you on board because we're looking at different things. And usually in the past, all these different participants will come in from their schools and bring in different solutions to different problems that we are faced with in the country. But this time around, we're sticking with those solutions that have been brought in the past so that there can be sustainability and not, again, present new solutions.
Yeah.
We're looking at health, we're looking at education. If you're going to advise these young people in terms of how they can become very persistent in coming up with these very tangible solutions to make sure that this is very sustainable, what will you tell them?
I advise them to really take their time. There is no shortcut to success.
Right.
You know, at your age now, the youth bracket is what? Between what, 18 and 30, 35? I mean, you're still a baby. You know, here I am at 65 and look at who I am.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is that the youth of today, they want to just get up one morning with a shortcut, press a button, as I say, like a lift. like an elevator. You press number 9 and whoop, you go there.
Do you think maybe that's the energy that the young
it's
people
not the
come with?
energy. It's not the energy. It's just the, okay, people just think, I mean, it's the rush to succeed, what they call success. You know, I'm still putting this success in brackets. What they need to do is focus. Be focused, be strategic, and take your time. One step at a time.
And maximize opportunities.
Life is a marathon and not a 100-meter dash. So let them take their time and try to do whatever they do, try to do the best out of it. Whatever you are passionate about, or whatever you are God-given in terms of skills, develop it. Go in there and develop it. I developed my skills as a carpenter.
Right, that's where you all started.
That's where you all started. And that's what brought me here. Today, I get invited to higher institutions, the higher tertiary institutions like Harvard Business School, you know, to give talks there.
Yeah.
And imagine my background. So that's what I'm telling the youth.
Yeah.
And whatever you're doing, if God's given talents in you is tailoring,
yeah,
please maximize it. Do the best out of it. So that's my solemn advice.
And before we go, just remind us in just one sentence, who is tough and one word for Voice of the Youth this season?
Gambia dafa dem diakuya. That's tough. That's what I believe in. I want every Gambian youth to believe in himself or herself, and please have that engraved in your minds. Don't sit down and say, no, a very dohod man, or no. That you believe in yourself, ne Gambia dafa dem diakuya. And all of us have a role to play in it.
Very well.
That's my advice.
Well, that's tough. And our number one, of course, house builder, if you like.
Yes.
Here in the Gambia, it's not only doing that in the Gambia, but all across Africa as well. And I'm sure you have a lot of major projects also coming up. And the heart of it all, we also expect that young people will continue to take center stage as well. Let's walk away with that.
Well done. That's good. Excellent.
Let's
Excellent.
go.
Oh, you want to jump now with me?
Yeah,
huh?
a little bit more.
Wow, I hope you can keep fit, huh?
Yes, you know, I'm going to the gym lately.
Really?
So yes.
Wow.
Nous avons la chance de travailler par le biais de l'ambassade de France à Dakar avec le projet Voix des jeunes et Social Change Factory depuis 3 ans maintenant pour financer ce projet en Gambie et permettre au projet d'avoir lieu de manière annuelle en Gambie, de pouvoir collaborer avec les jeunes Gambiens dans cette dynamique-là autour de différents projets qui sont portés par des étudiants gambiens. Le partenariat en fait, avec l'ambassade de France permet dans un premier temps d'insuffler ce projet et de permettre les premières possibilités budgétaires pour mettre en place le projet. Mais ensuite, en fait, ce qui était particulièrement intéressant dans ce projet-là, mais pas seulement, c'est que les jeunes en charge du projet se sont saisis vraiment de ces problématiques, de l'ampleur du projet et ont développé des moyens supplémentaires pour venir à bout et même aller alimenter le projet de manière supplémentaire et proposer une plus grande ampleur, notamment en obtenant de nouvelles subventions, en faisant du fundraising. Donc voilà, ça a vraiment, je pense, permis aux jeunes de s'impliquer d'autant plus dans ces communautés-là, de se saisir aussi de problématiques qui sont parfois éloignées d'eux parce que de ce que j'ai cru comprendre, il y a notamment beaucoup de jeunes étudiants qui sont plutôt basés à Banjul et qui vont aider des communautés qui sont plus reculées. Et donc voilà, et qui ont vraiment mis en place des projets concrets. Donc voilà, à chaque fois, c'est vraiment, j'ai eu le sentiment qu'il y avait une idée de base qui était portée par ces différents groupes de jeunes, et qu'ensuite, au contact en fait des communautés, il y avait vraiment l'évolution de ce projet, la projection vers un projet futur qui peut être maintenu sur plusieurs années, et donc aussi la volonté de chercher pour de nouvelles subventions, de nouveaux partenaires. Voilà, donc il y avait un engagement extrêmement fort de ces différents jeunes. Bah écoutez, moi l'impression qui ressort vraiment de ces différents projets, c'est l'engagement des jeunes au profit des communautés. leur capacité en fait à trouver des solutions adaptées en fonction de problématiques bien définies et bien identifiées. Et donc aussi à développer leurs propres compétences autour d'un projet donné, à se coordonner en fonction des compétences complémentaires des uns et des autres, et à travailler vraiment avec les gens sur place pour potentiellement réaffiner leurs projets. L'intérêt de Voce Ofthe Youth et de ce partenariat pour l'ambassade, c'est notamment le fait de pouvoir vraiment proposer des projets qui sont au cœur des communautés, qui sont en adéquation avec des besoins et qui répondent vraiment à des problématiques quotidiennes et donc indispensables aux différentes communautés.
That was all in this episode. We will see you next at the boot camp, and a lot more awaits you in the coming weeks. So let's call it a date. Bye bye for now.